My child, give me 1 minute. Don't scroll, don't rush, don't slip away. Stop right here. Be still with me. Just this breath, just this heartbeat. I am stepping into your day, into your thoughts, into your atmosphere, not to overwhelm you, but to take pressure off of you. Hear me with your whole heart. I am not taking people away to punish you. I am reducing access to protect your peace and your purpose, because not everyone is assigned to follow you into your breakthrough. You have been carrying people on your back while trying to run the race I set before you. You have been explaining yourself again and again, editing your obedience so no one feels left out, dragging guilt like a heavy suitcase from room to room, from week to week, from season to season. You have been the bridge for everyone else's weight, the buffer for their moods, the keeper of their comfort, and then wondering why your soul feels thin. I saw you say yes while your spirit whispered no. I saw you pour until the cup rattled empty and you still apologized for the sound. I saw the tiredness in your eyes after every conversation that ended with you smaller and them settled. I saw it all. Listen to me. This separation you feel, this quieting of certain voices, this closing of certain doors, this is not abandonment. This is relief. I am lifting pressure off your purpose. Not because you failed, but because you are about to build what cannot survive endless hands and unassigned voices. What is close can be missed if you keep letting everyone touch what I am forming in you. Wet cement cannot carry every fingerprint without losing the shape I designed. You feel it, don't you? The ache when too many opinions sit on your promise. The confusion when constant access dilutes your conviction. I aligned this exact moment to tell you that boundaries in this season are not attitude. They are obedience. They are stewardship over the garden of your peace, over the field of your calling, over the hours I gave you as seed. A no is not rebellion when I have said, not them, not now. A smaller circle is not cruelty when I am protecting a tender beginning. You are not unloving when you guard what I am birthing. You are faithful. So let me say it plainly. You do not have to carry what I did not assign. You do not have to explain what I already approved. You do not have to apologize for protecting what I am growing. If a door closes, let it rest against the frame. If a text goes unanswered because your spirit is not at peace, let silence be your yes to me. If someone demands access I did not grant, remember, love is generous, but it is not boundaryless. My boundary is a shield, not a wall against love, but a wall against leakage. This is your turning point. Breathe and feel the relief rise in your chest. I never left you, not for a second. I am near, I am guiding, I am editing your guest list for the next chapter. Give me this minute of trust now so you will not miss what carries your name when it arrives. My child, listen closely while I hold your heart steady. I saw the drain. I saw how they touched your day and left you with nothing for your night. I saw you smile while your chest felt hollow, answer calls you did not have strength for, write long messages to soothe storms you did not cause, rehearse apologies you did not owe. I watched you pick up your phone in the middle of your meal, in the middle of your rest, in the middle of your breath, because you feared being called selfish if you did not perform rescue again. You have been tired, soul tired, not just body tired, not just calendar full, but oxygen low in places laughter used to live. I saw the over-explaining, the careful sentences drafted to keep the peace, the way you underlined your love with extra yeses so no one could accuse you of changing. I saw you offer discounts on your boundaries like clearance tags on your time, just to be liked, just to be safe, just to avoid the storm of their moods. I saw how you stayed reachable long after your heart was unreachable to yourself, how you allowed repeated access to your ear while your own thoughts went hungry, This is the truth I need you to hold without flinching. Some of your fatigue is not from life. It's from unlimited access to your heart and time. You thought the heaviness came from the work, from the responsibilities, from the to-do lists stacked like bricks. But I saw the quiet transaction underneath. Every time you explained what should have been understood, you paid a fee. Every time you rescued someone from patterns they refused to release, you spent tomorrow's strength today. Every time you rushed to be available so you would not be named difficult, you sold a piece of your peace for the price of their temporary comfort. It was not just the hours, it was the leaking. It was not just the tasks, it was the drain. And there is grief here, and I honor it. You miss who they used to be, the softness before the taking, the laughter before the tally. You kept hoping they would celebrate you with the same volume they demand you counsel them. You kept shrinking, smaller opinions, softer edges, quieter needs, hoping your reduction would produce their relief. You nodded when you should have paused. You absorbed when you should have reflected. You said, "It's fine," when it was not fine, because you were afraid the truth would cost you connection. I saw you keep old pictures of better days in your mind and compare every present moment to them, bargaining with hope, delaying the boundary. Hear me, this is not shame. I am not accusing you. I am diagnosing the slow bleed so you can finally stop it. I am naming the ways you've been emptied so you can close the valve without guilt. I am touching the tender places with clean hands, not to press harder but to heal what has been left open too long. Let this awareness lift you, not break you. Let it be relief to know it wasn't that you were weak. It's that your gates were open while your soul was rebuilding. I saw it all, and I am here to stop the leak, to teach you how to keep your peace intact while still loving well. My child, stay with me. Let me put language around what your body has been telling you and your mind has been too kind to name. This is discernment, not suspicion. This is freedom, not bitterness. Hear me. A destiny drain is anything and anyone that, over time and in patterns, keeps costing you your peace, your obedience, and your progress. Not one hard day, not one imperfect moment. Patterns, repetition that leaves you lightheaded in your spirit and late to what I asked you to do. I am not indicting people. I am safeguarding purpose. I am teaching you how to recognize when you are feeding someone who is fasting from your growth. First, notice the ones who need constant reassurance but never strengthen you. You pour and they poke the cup. You explain and they move the goalpost. Your joy becomes their trigger. Your bright day makes them reach for a dimmer. When you need courage, they offer questions. When you need rest, they offer crisis. You leave the conversation holding their storm while your sunlight disappears. Second, pay attention to the ones who are loud when you hurt and quiet when you win. They sprint to the scene of your struggle, but go missing at the sound of your breakthrough. They prefer you needy because your need keeps them central. They clap for your lessons but not your leveling up. Their celebration of you has a ceiling. Their commentary on your pain has no end. Third, watch for the demand for instant access. If you are not available, they punish you with guilt. Silent treatment, sharp words, subtle shame. Your availability has become a currency they feel entitled to spend. Your later is interpreted as lack of love. Your pause is framed as betrayal. They want your schedule more than your soul. Fourth, listen to how they name your calling. Too much, too sensitive, too spiritual. They reduce what I placed in you to make it manageable for them. They label your obedience as extremism so they don't have to change. They adjust your volume so they can stay comfortable at their setting. Fifth, notice conditional honor. They respect your boundary only when it benefits them. If your no serves their plan, they applaud. If your no protects your peace, they protest. Their honor is a negotiation, not a posture. They honor access, not assignment. Sixth, discern the pull toward old versions of you, old jokes that cost you reverence, old habits that cost you sleep, old mindsets that cost you vision. With them, you find yourself rehearsing compromises you buried, speaking small to fit rooms you outgrew. Seventh, trust your body's testimony. After contact, you feel anxious, knotted, foggy. Your chest tightens, your stomach turns, your thoughts spin. Your body waves red flags even when your mouth keeps saying, "It's fine." Hear me gently, but firmly. When these signs repeat, you are feeding a drain. This is not cruelty to name it. This is stewardship. A destiny drain is anything that repeatedly costs you peace, obedience, and progress. I am not asking you to hate them. I am asking you to stop hemorrhaging. Let discernment be your kindness to what I am birthing in you. Let truth turn the valve. My child, lean in. Let me steady the shaking thought that keeps whispering, "I'm being left." You have felt the circle tightening and you called it isolation. I call it incubation. You thought distance meant loss. I am telling you distance can be a womb for what's next. I am not taking you from love. I am placing love around what I am forming so it can breathe without constant handling. When something sacred is in its early stretch, when bones are knitting and vision is taking shape, light must be measured, hands must be few, the room must be clean. My boundary is not a punishment. It is a shield around the next thing I am birthing in you. Hear me. Not everyone can handle your upgrade because they were attached to your old access. They learned the rhythms of you always answering, always adjusting, always arriving. They bonded to the version of you that made them comfortable, not to the assignment I placed on your life. To carry you forward, I must untie you from patterns that keep pulling you backward. This is not me making you lonely. This is me making you ready. Some bonds break gently through space. Some rooms fall quiet so you can finally hear me without their echo. I know why boundaries feel scary. You confused being needed with being loved. You confused constant availability with loyalty. Somewhere along the line, attention became the proof you were okay, and sacrifice became the way you kept belonging. So when I ask you to pause, to say less, to answer later, to close a door, it rattles the place in you that wonders, will I still be chosen if I am not endlessly useful? My child, I will not let you carry what I never assigned. I will not let the fear of disappointing people unmake what I am making in you. Loyalty to me may look like fewer yeses to them. Love can be true without being on call. Let me say it plainly, what I am bringing requires clean space, mentally, emotionally, relationally. Mental clutter fogs instruction, emotional noise drowns whisper, relational chaos leaks energy. I need you to invest in obedience. I am clearing your calendar to clear your signal. I am quieting some rooms so you can recalibrate your hearing. I am reducing access not because you are fragile, but because what is forming is holy. Do not resent the quiet. Feed it with prayer. Do not treat the closed door as exile. Treat it as a nursery. Talk to me there. Write with me there. Rest with me there. Let your no become the soft wall that keeps the promise warm. Let your silence be the canopy where confidence grows back. If someone confuses your boundary with betrayal, release their confusion to me. If guilt crawls up your spine, let truth answer it. I am not isolating you. I am shielding what I am birthing. Stay near, stay clean, stay assigned. The reveal will be worth the protection. My child, let me touch the ache you don't talk about, the unanswered text that felt like a verdict, the friendship that faded without a fight, the sudden distance that made you question your worth, the opportunity that looked perfect and then went quiet. Stop blaming yourself. Stop naming it rejection. Hear me. not random, not accidental, not punishment. I was saying no for you when you did not have the strength to end what was slowly ending you. I watched you hold doors open out of loyalty while drafts of doubt chilled your peace. I watched you bargain with red flags because the history was long and the memories were warm. I watched you swallow your discernment so you wouldn't disturb their comfort, writing longer explanations, inserting more emojis, offering one more chance, one more call, one more compromise. And when your heart shook at the hinge, afraid to close what had been familiar, I put my hand on the door and let it rest against the frame, not to shame you, but to save you. Some doors closed because the cost on the other side would have been your peace, your purity, your focus, your future. You asked me to lead you, and I listened. You prayed for clarity, and I sent it disguised as silence. I let a plan fall through because it would have drained the very obedience I am calling you into. I allowed a number to stop reaching out because their access to you was pricing your purpose at a discount. I let the offer stall because it came tied to strings that would have tangled your feet when I need you free to move. You feel it now, don't you? The gentleness underneath the grief, the relief you didn't know you were allowed to feel. Pay attention to this pattern I am unveiling. Each time you were on the verge of a step forward, the old attachments intensified. Old invitations suddenly appeared. Old drama found your name. Old cravings knocked at midnight. They sensed change, and they tugged, not because they were evil, but because misalignment recognizes when it is losing its seat. So I quieted the pull. I dimmed the echo. I let the conversation end. I let the room empty. I said no for you. Release the accusation you turned inward. If I had loved better, they would have stayed. No, my child. If you had stayed smaller, they would have stayed. But I am growing you. I am purifying your focus. I am protecting what I placed in you from being edited by what never understood it. Grieve if you must, but do not reopen what I have gently closed. Do not chase what I am replacing. Cooperate with the protection. Let the quiet goodbye be holy. Do not text past your peace. Do not argue with closed doors. Stand with me at this threshold, and let my no be your shelter, because this is kindness. I ended what you didn't have strength to end so you could walk forward clean. My child, stay with me and breathe. I am placing tools in your hands now, clean, simple, holy tools, so you can protect peace without hardening your heart. Hear me. Boundaries are not punishment. They are instructions for how to love without leaking. They teach others how to handle you with honor. They teach you how to handle yourself with mercy. Love is the posture. Access is the policy. You can love them deeply and still limit their reach. You can bless them and still say no. You can be kind and be clear at the same time. Let me give you language that keeps your spirit clean. Short, calm, non-defensive. No over-explaining. Try this. I'm not available for that. Or that doesn't work for me. Or I won't be able to make it. Or I won't be discussing this again. Or I need to rest. I'll respond tomorrow. Or I love you and my answer is no. Or please speak to me with respect or I will end this conversation. Do you feel the difference? No spikes, no sermons, no panic, just stewardship. Listen closely. Over-explaining is a doorway. Every extra sentence you add invites negotiation from those who have not honored your no. When you furnish reasons, they rearrange your furniture. When you try to make everyone comfortable with your boundary, you end up abandoning the boundary to comfort everyone. A clean boundary ends with a period, not a paragraph. A gentle no with a steady tone leaves less for debate and more room for peace. Speak it, then stop. Silence is part of the sentence. I want to unmask guilt so it stops steering your decisions. When you hear, "If you loved me, you would," or "you used to," or "you think you're better now," Or, so I'm not important. Recognize the hook. That is not love talking. That is control choking. Answer with clarity, not combat. Say, I love you, and I am still not available for that. Or, my decision is about my peace, not your value. Or, we can talk when it's kind. I'm ending this call now. Or simply, no. You do not have to prove your heart to those who require your exhaustion as evidence. Your heart stays clean when your words stay honest and your tone stays gentle. Remember this, your job is to set the boundary. Their job is to feel their feelings. My job is to hold you steady while they adjust. Do not pick up what's not yours. Do not rush to rescue someone from the discomfort of your obedience. You are not abandoning them. You are obeying me. You are not withholding love. You are refusing access that drains the love you are called to give. And know this with certainty. Once you set the boundary, you must hold it, because the test always comes right after the decision. Expect the first push. Expect the surprise tone, the sudden emergency, the I only need a minute that turns into an hour. Do not be startled. Be steady. Repeat your line without adding new lines. Lower your voice, not your standard. If they circle back tomorrow, answer with the same sentence. Consistency closes the door that explanation keeps opening. My child, you can say no with a pure heart. Love does not require unlimited access. Let your yes be clean and your no be clean. I am standing behind your clarity. I am strengthening your spine with tenderness. Hold the line I authored and watch your peace return like breath after a long swim. My child, stay with me now. You set the line. Here comes the test. Do not be surprised when the wind rises right after you build the fence. Pushback does not mean the boundary is wrong. It often means it's working. It is proof that a system that fed on your overgiving has lost its meal plan. Not because you became cruel, but because you finally became clear. I am not alarming you. I am arming you. Expect it and you will not be owned by it. Here is what predictability looks like when entitlement is interrupted. You changed. You're not the same. Guilt trips dressed as concern. Silent treatment that tries to starve you back to access. Character attacks whispered as prayer requests. Sudden emergencies that strangely appear every time you say no. Selective memory that remembers every favor they gave and forgets every rescue you performed at midnight. Do you recognize the pattern? When you stop overgiving, those who were fed by your overgiving will call you different. They will label your healing as hardness, your clarity as arrogance, your rest as laziness. Breathe. Name it what it is, resistance to a new order. Listen to me. Discomfort is not always a sign you're wrong. Sometimes it is the sound of chains breaking. Your nervous system is unlearning the habit of rushing to make everyone okay. Of course it quivers. Detox shakes too. Old agreements rattle on their way out. The pressure you feel is not my displeasure. It is the atmosphere adjusting to a you that is no longer available for misuse. Let it pass through without revising the line. Do not medicate the discomfort with another yes. Hold steady while the old appetite fades. I was there for every aftermath. I saw how they spoke about you. I heard what they implied. I counted every tear after you tried to be nice. I watched you write soft explanations, only to be met with sharper accusations. I saw the rooms where your name sat on tables you never sat at. I took note when your kindness was recast as control and your boundary as betrayal. Hear me. I am your witness. I am your defender. You do not need to cross-examine yourself to earn permission for peace. So when the reactions arrive, guilt, silence, slander, urgency, revisionist history, answer with what we already practiced. Short, calm, the same sentence as yesterday. I love you and I'm not available for that. I will talk when it's kind. I won't be discussing this again. If they escalate, you de-escalate by exiting. Lower your voice, not your standard. Consistency closes the loopholes that chaos crawls through. This is the shift I am making in you. From being managed by others' emotions to being led by my voice. Their weather can be stormy. Your compass remains true. Their feelings are real. They are not your ruler. My child, let me lead you minute by minute. I will steady your hands when they shake and strengthen your no when pressure rises. Keep the boundary. Keep your heart clean. Keep listening. You are not losing love. You are losing the leash. My child, feel this with me now. The air is changing around you. When not everyone can reach you, not everyone can redirect you. When the line stays held, the storm inside you begins to settle. Your mind clears. Your breath deepens. Your nervous system, once trained to sprint at the sound of someone else's need, remembers the pace of peace. The static lowers and my whisper grows louder. Prayer stops sounding like sirens and starts sounding like sentences, simple, clear, steady. You notice how much wisdom arrives when your phone is not deciding your focus. You notice how many answers surface when your heart is not spending itself managing other people's weather. This is what limited access produces: a quieter body, a stronger prayer life, better decisions made before panic sets the agenda. Listen to me. Peace is not laziness. Peace is alignment. It is the interior order that lets you hear instructions while they are still whispers, so you do not have to be rescued by shouts. In peace, your courage returns because fear is not being fed every hour. In peace, your priorities restack themselves in the order I always intended. Me first, purpose next, people in their proper places. Watch how time comes back to you, like found coins in an old coat. Watch how focus stops leaking and starts compounding. Watch how the small, brave steps you kept postponing, sending the email, practicing the craft, finishing the application, scheduling the rest, making the call, suddenly feel doable because the noise is not negotiating against your obedience. Do you see it? Ideas that kept visiting you at midnight now sit with you in the morning. Concepts that felt foggy now sketch themselves in sentences. You begin to discern the difference between urgent and important, between pleasing and obeying, between being liked and being led. You start saying yes to the assignments that carry your name and no to the distractions that only mimic meaning. This is acceleration. Clarity quickens destiny because you stop wasting motion. You stop circling conversations that never change. You stop rescuing stories that refuse an ending. You move. And relationships, hear me, will tell you the truth about themselves in this order. Some will mature. They will adapt to your response times, honor your rest, celebrate your obedience, and meet you where integrity lives. Their love will stretch. Their honor will deepen. You will feel safe. Others will fall away or stay where they are. Do not call that failure. Call it information. Let the data stand without adding drama. Bless them. Release them. Keep walking. Alignment does not require an argument. As you protect your space, expectancy will rise because evidence will rise. You will notice doors you once rushed past, the email you almost deleted, the invitation hidden in a small conversation, the solution tucked inside a quiet afternoon you used to surrender to chaos. You will catch confirmations you kept missing, repeated phrases, aligned timing, provision that arrives on the very day you kept open for me. My child, when access is limited, clarity returns, and clarity accelerates destiny. Guard this atmosphere. Keep the line. I am about to move you forward with less noise and more knowing. Stay present so you can receive what is already approaching. My child, pause and breathe with me. Stop right here. Don't rush. Don't scroll. Something you have been praying for is close, closer than you realize. So be awake, be present, be here with me in this breath. I am stepping into your day, into your thoughts, into your atmosphere to tell you this plainly. What is approaching requires your full face, your full focus, your full yes. Not a divided yes, not an apologizing yes, an aligned yes. Hear me with tenderness and urgency. Breakthrough seasons require separation, not because you are better than anyone, not because you are too important to be touched, but because the assignment gets heavier at this altitude. When you climb, you carry less. When the air thins, only the prepared can breathe without stealing your oxygen. This is not elitism, this is stewardship. Some people who loved you well in a lower place cannot walk with you at this pace, and that is information, not condemnation. I am not reducing love. I am reducing access because not everyone is assigned to follow you into your breakthrough. Let me warn you gently so you don't sabotage what is at the door. You will be tempted to slow down the delivery to make everyone comfortable, to widen the path so everyone can walk at once, to edit the instructions so no one feels left out. You will want to over-explain, over-accommodate, over-carry. If you do, you will turn a delivery room into a waiting room. You will cool the heat that is meant to seal what I am giving. You will drain the oil trying to convince those who prefer the old lamps. My child, do not dilute the miracle with the need to be universally approved. Obedience will cost you approval, but it will protect your reward. I know the fear beneath your kindness, being misunderstood, being called selfish, being told you changed. Yes, you are changing, on purpose, by design, with me. Let them speak while you keep walking. Let their weather shift while you stay under my covering. I did not ask a committee to confirm your calling. I did not form your purpose in a group chat. I chose you privately, and I am moving you publicly. Approval is rented, reward is entrusted. Choose the trust of heaven over the applause of the moment. This is identity now. I am teaching you to stop begging for permission to become who I called you to be. Stop submitting your growth for signatures I never required. Stop asking, is it okay if I rise, when I already told you, get up. You were not made to audition for the room I built with your name on the door. You are not arrogant for occupying your assignment. You are obedient. Take your place gently and firmly. Speak less explanation, more execution. Fewer updates, more alignment. Breakthrough requires presence, and presence requires boundaries. Guard your mornings. I am meeting you there. Guard your evenings. I am restoring you there. Answer me before you answer everyone. Protect the focus that birthed the instructions. When invitations come that fracture your attention, say, not this time. When familiar pressures ask you to carry what I did not assign, say, that isn't mine. When old patterns ask for one more round, say, I'm done circling, I'm moving. Hold the line we set, keep the room clean, pack light. You will not be rude, you will be ready. You will not be cruel, you will be clear. And when the door opens, quickly, precisely, you will not be scrambling to gather opinions. You will be present with both hands free, heart steady, eyes on me. Stay awake, my child. Something is close. Let your boundaries hold the path steady, so your feet can run when I say, now. My child, come sit with me for a moment and open your hands. I am going to walk you through a gentle inventory. No shame, no panic, just light and truth. So your peace stops leaking and your purpose stops being negotiated by everyone with your number. Access must be earned and assigned because your peace is not public property. Breathe. Let me draw the circles with you. First, the inner circle. These are covenant hearts, proven stewards, those who cover you in prayer and tell you truth without wounding honor. What can they touch? They may touch your heart with counsel, your ear with correction, your home with presence, your time with priority. They are safe to see you unedited, to hold your weakness without weaponizing it, to hear your dreams and add faith, not fear. Second, the close circle. These are collaborators, consistent friends, faithful family who respect your assignments. What can they touch? They may touch your time by appointment, your ear for decisions, your home occasionally with notice. They do not edit your calling. They encourage your follow-through. They respect your no and thank you for it. Third, the public circle. These are neighbors, co-workers, acquaintances, online faces, people you bless without baring your soul. What can they touch? They may touch your gift, not your guts, your schedule through channels, not your sleep with midnight demands, your conversation in public spaces, not your intimate rooms. They receive kindness without inheriting access. Now ask with me and answer honestly. Who leaves you closer to me after you speak, and who leaves you spun up and anxious? Who multiplies your courage, and who constantly introduces doubt? Who can sit with your silence without poking it, and who panics at your boundary and punishes it? Who respects a no the first time, and who turns your no into a negotiation? Who prays with you before they advise you, and who gossips about you after they advise you? Who handles your absence with maturity, and who creates crises to pull you back into orbit? Who rejoices when you obey me, and who gets offended when you prioritize me? Name the categories that must be limited. Chronic crisis callers who only reach for you when chaos crowns them, then disappear when order returns. Comparison friends who measure your steps against theirs and salt your joy with subtle jabs. Flirtations that blur purpose and open doors you ask me to close. DMs, texts, harmless banter that steals focus and fogs honor. Family dynamics that override peace where history is used as permission to disrespect your present calling. Good people, wrong timing. Good hearts, wrong assignment. Hear me, boundaries are not just for bad people. Sometimes they are the way you keep good people in your life without letting them run your life. I am putting a pen in your hand now. Once you identify, you must decide, because delay is a decision too. Move names into the right circles. Reduce rings without reducing love. Shift access without shifting honor. Send the text that clarifies response times. Set the do not disturb and keep it. Stop explaining yourself to those who have repeatedly ignored explanation. Invite the faithful closer. Seat the inconsistent farther. Bless all, trust few, obey me. I am with you while you sort this. I will steady your voice, soften your face, and strengthen your spine. Your yes is holy. Your no is holy. Guard the gate I gave you. Place people where they belong and watch how quickly your clarity returns. Your peace deepens. Your purpose accelerates. My child, now write it and walk it. Give me today just this breath, just this decision to stop leaking your life to please people. Not next month, not when everything settles, not after you feel less afraid. Today, in this hour, in this body, in this assignment. I am here and I am asking for one sacred step, small enough to do, holy enough to shift the course. Here is your simple plan for today, and I will stand with you as you do it. One conversation to delay. Send the message that says, I'll respond tomorrow, not today. One number to mute, not to punish, but to give your nervous system a Sabbath. One commitment to protect. Pick the promise you made to me or to your health and lock it in your calendar like it's oxygen. 1 hour of quiet to restore. Phone down, heart up, breathe, write, listen. Let me speak without competing with constant noise. One boundary you've been circling. Speak it once, clearly, then stop. This is enough. I am not asking you to renovate your whole life in a morning. I am asking you to move one stone that has been sitting on your chest. Consistency will carry what courage begins. Boundaries are built by repetition, not by one emotional moment. The miracle is not only in the first no, it is in the second, the third, the seventh, spoken calmly when no one is cheering and your hands are a little shaky. Tomorrow, do the same small things. Delay one conversation, mute one pull, protect one promise, guard 1 hour. Brick by brick, day by day, watch the wall of peace rise around your purpose. Watch the reflex to explain soften, the compulsion to rescue loosen, the habit of rushing lose its grip. What you practice becomes your peace. Seal this step with your mouth and with your pen. If this is your agreement, write it where you can see it, and declare it where others can join faith with you. Comment: God is taking pressure off my purpose. Let your words become a witness to your own heart, and let your public yes encourage someone else who is standing where you stand. If these messages have been a shelter for you, and you want to help me place this covering over more tired hearts, you can support this mission through Super Thanks. Your generosity turns into peace on more screens, devotion in more rooms. Share this with the one you know is carrying too much, the one who needs language to lay it down. Now, breathe. I am not far. I am not fragile with you. I am steady and near. As you take the small step, I will meet you with strength to hold it. As you repeat it, I will deepen your roots, so wind cannot uproot you. As you protect the hour, I will fill it. As you mute the noise, I will tune your ear. You are not becoming hard, you are becoming whole. My child, I never left you. I'm not removing love, I'm removing weight. Write it and walk it. I am walking with you.